I was born Lasan Parish Crooks, but the world came to know me as Tupac Shakur, and I died in a car on Flamingo Road, in Las Vegas, at the age of 25. But don't worry, death never scared me. I talked about it in every rhyme, every verse, every warning I gave to the world. What scared me? Being misunderstood, being silenced before I could finish what I had to say. So now, I'm gonna say it, all of it. The truth about how I lived, and the truth about how I was murdered. I came up on the East Coast, raised by a Black Panther. My mama, Afeni Shakur, was a soldier. I learned early what it meant to fight. Not just fists, but words, rhymes, truth. I moved to California and gave the world a voice it couldn't ignore. I spit pain, poverty, revolution, love, betrayal. I wasn't perfect, but I was real. My life wasn't just a rap song, it was war, poetry, survival, and in the end, it became a crime scene. Let's go to the night I died, September 7th, 1996. Me and Suge Knight were in Vegas to see Mike Tyson fight Bruce Seldon at the MGM Grand. It was quick. Tyson knocked him out in the first round. But what happened after that fight was what really knocked the world off its axis. Outside the MGM, we saw a dude named Orlando Baby Lane Anderson. Now you need to understand. Orlando wasn't just some random guy. He was a known Crip. And just weeks earlier, he had jacked a death row affiliate named Trayvon Lane at a Foot Locker in Compton, snatched his chain. That chain had the death row logo. To us, that wasn't just jewelry, it was family. So when Trayvon saw Orlando that night, he pointed him out. We jumped him. And yeah, I was in that fight. You can see me in the hotel footage throwing punches. He didn't fight back, he took the beating and walked away. But here's where the story shifts. That wasn't just a fight, that was a spark. And within 3 hours, I'd be dying in a black BMW. We left the MGM, Suge was driving, I was in the passenger seat, we were heading to Club 662. It was Suge's club, Death Row's after party. Just before 11 p.m. we stopped at a red light on Flamingo and Koval. I remember the music, the lights, the crowd yelling out my name from a car next to us. Then came the white Cadillac. Out of nowhere, a white late-model Cadillac pulled up on our right side. 4 men inside, and then, gunfire, rapid, ruthless. They let off 13 or 14 shots. I was hit 4 times, twice in the chest, once in the thigh, once in the arm. One of the bullets tore through my lung. Suge got hit too, but just grazed. I was bleeding out. And I remember looking up through the sunroof at the Las Vegas sky, thinking, this is it. Cops showed up, but they didn't follow the white Cadillac. They pulled guns on us instead. We were the suspects before we were the victims. They rushed me to University Medical Center. I held on for 6 days. 6 days of surgeries, ventilators, pain. And on September 13th, 1996, at 4:03 p.m., I died. Cause of death: respiratory failure and cardiopulmonary arrest due to multiple gunshot wounds. The world mourned, but the case, the crime, it went nowhere. No arrests, no convictions, no justice. Las Vegas PD claimed no one would talk, said it was gang retaliation, said the code of the street killed the investigation. But the truth? They didn't want the answers, because the answers were messy. Multiple witnesses identified the shooter, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. He was Orlando Anderson's uncle. And, according to FBI interviews years later, he was sitting in the front seat of that Cadillac the night I was shot. He later admitted, on record, that it was his crew that did it. Said they were retaliating for the MGM Grand fight. Said he handed the gun to the shooter in the back seat. And the shooter? Orlando Anderson. Orlando was killed in a shootout 2 years later in Compton. He never stood trial, he never answered for what he did. But Keefe D, he lived, and he talked. In 2008, he confessed, under a proffer agreement, told federal agents everything. He detailed the hit, the motive, the ride, the shooter, even the gun. He admitted he wanted revenge, that the gun came from a girlfriend's house in Las Vegas, that they circled the strip, hunting for me. This wasn't random. This was a planned hit. In 2023, 27 years after my death, Las Vegas PD finally made a move. They raided Keefe D's home, took computers, journals, electronics. They were building a case, And on September 29, 2023, they arrested Dwayne Keefe D. Davis and charged him with murder with a deadly weapon. They said he was the mastermind. No more rumors, no more whispers. For the first time since 1996, my murder had a name and a charge. I didn't get to see that day, but maybe this story, my story, is finally being told the right way. See, I was more than the headlines, more than the East versus West label they stuck on me. I was a poet, a son, a revolutionary with a mic in my hand. And yeah, I had enemies. I made mistakes, but I never bowed. Not to the streets, not to the system. They tried to kill the message, but I became something bigger. I became a symbol. And now the truth is catching up to the lie. So next time someone tells you my murder was unsolved, tell them it was never unsolved, it was ignored, and that now, after all these years, I'm finally speaking from the silence.